Let's go to Joyce in Los Angeles next. Joyce, welcome to the program.
Oh, hi. I'm an internist working in Los Angeles. I just wanted to make a quick comment about, well, first of all, your comment about the Obamacare setting the cost of health care, mandatory health care. I would prefer that a government plan set a price as opposed to a for-profit insurance plan setting the price.
Well, I know you'd prefer it, but apparently the Democrats and Obama wouldn't.
What I'm saying is the government plan would be, the main difference is that it would not be profit-driven.
I understand, but I just want and we'll get the details of the bill, so stand by, probably tomorrow. But the way this looks now is that whether there's a government option or not, private plans that would be dictated by the government as to their content would be dictated as to their cost by the insurers who are issuing them.
Okay. And another thing is, I see patients every day, more and more coming in with insurance problems. They can't afford their insurance. They delay care because of all the rules that the insurance plan set forth, and it's tragic. I had a patient with a breast lump for a year. She had to wait. She couldn't, even after she received the insurance, she had to wait 6 months before seeing me because she said the insurance said that if she developed any new problems within the first 6 months, it would not be covered.
So she didn't have insurance before that?
No, because she lost her job.
See, and that's a problem. I don't think insurance should be tied to the job in the first place. If you were asking me about what reform should be, insurance should be a personal thing. Forget the employer. Give the tax break to the individual. Let the individual get the insurance. And, some people decide to get insurance and some don't, and that's why the Dems are talking about putting in mandatory. How do you feel about that? Do you think the government should really dictate to you that you must buy health insurance?
No, what I really believe in is single payer system like they have in Canada or Great Britain. I think that would make everything much simpler and remove the middle and middlemen out of the picture.
And I think that's true, Joyce, but it would leave us with a bureaucratized health care. And if you've talked to anybody from Canada, and I've talked to a lot of people because my wife's relatives are there, and I've read the British press incessantly on this subject for about 10 years and wrote a book about it last year. That's not perfection. That's not utopia either, Joyce. You're going to have a bureaucrat telling you what the care is for every single kind of procedure and problem that comes in. You will not be exercising independent judgment about it at all.
I also have relatives in Canada, and it's not perfect, but they get to pick whichever doctor they want to see, and they are happy with their health care. When they get a flu shot, it's free. Everything is paid for.
Oh, and I think that's right, Joyce. On the elementary level, flu shots and broken arms and things that you can do something with right away, and you get coverage right away. I think they're very good at that. When it comes to the British Columbia government, however, saying we've had enough births this year, we have no more budget for any more births, you're going to have to go down to the U.S., which just happened last year. You got to say to yourself, look, a politicized system isn't perfect.
But in the United States, people go bankrupt. They lose everything for one accident.
Some people go bankrupt because they don't have insurance and they've chosen not to have insurance. I know a lot of young people who don't, they think they're going to live forever, don't get insurance. They get into a motorcycle accident and they wonder why they have a $600,000 bill. Well, they didn't have insurance. Sometimes if people make bad choices, is that Joyce's problem?
For being a United States citizen, I think that it's criminal for this kind of thing to happen, just to be honest.
So if someone chooses not to get health insurance and they get into an automobile accident and it costs $600,000 to repair them, and they're griping because they think somebody else should have picked up that bill or we all should have picked up that bill, you think that's okay?
I do, because, they're tax-paying citizens. I don't think they should be punished for being in an accident or being sick.
So there's no personal responsibility at all?
you know what? I think it's really the government's responsibility to take care of its citizens.
Joyce, thanks for the call. I'm Roger Hedgecock. We'll be back with your call right after this. Now, reaction pouring in as to the last caller. Let's get to some of that. Kathleen is next. Kathleen, welcome.
Hi, I want to talk about the health care issue. I want to take issue with the current monopoly that is driving up the cost. I mean, it's not a one-party, it's not one insurance company monopoly, but in the state of California, you can only buy from 6 different companies. That's ridiculous.
Some states it's worse, we've talked about Alabama, and so is the president, with one provider. I think it's Alabama or Georgia, I forget which. And then there's several states where there's 2 providers have like 80 or 85% of the business. And you're absolutely
basically a monopoly.
No, it's a monopoly. That's exactly
right. Why can't we have it be more like health insurance? Like auto insurance, like you said. Bypass the employer. Individuals can buy auto insurance right now, and it doesn't have to cover every oil change, every maintenance issue. You can, the main point of insurance is that you want to protect against financial ruin if you have a catastrophic illness.
Right.
So exactly. That would lower the cost too.
Exactly.
If you were able to do that. I hope this makes people mad enough that they really take this next election serious and throw some of these bums out in Congress and be more informed. Yeah, we didn't like the last administration, a lot of the things that they were doing. So we need to really look at individuals and what they stand for, not just vote a party. And, we used to be Republicans. Now we're independents.
Kathleen, a lot of people are. I appreciate the call. Let me squeeze Bob in here before we get to the break. Bob, about a minute. Go ahead.
Hey, Roger, thanks. I just want to ask you to do me a big favor. Not the last caller, but the one before, just before you break. Please don't put somebody like that on when I'm driving. I was screaming and almost went off the road. The statement of the government should take care of its people. Does this individual not understand that the government generate no wealth, the government generate product, good money? All it does is government can take care of its people.
Bob, thanks for the call and the truth of that. A lot more coming back. Some analysis